What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into Absolute Green Lantern issue number 2. And let me tell you, things are getting intense and evergreen. If you thought the arrival of Abin Sur was going to be a standard Green Lantern origin story, think again. This issue takes everything we thought we knew about the Green Lantern mythos and turns it on its head. We've got mysterious voices, alien judgment, black mystical forces, and a shocking confrontation that leaves the town of Evergreen forever changed. Let's dive in. Our story centers on Jo, a woman hearing something absolutely terrifying in her head, a voice commanding her to be without fear. It tells her she exists at the green level of light, that to wield this cosmic power, she must understand herself. Confused and desperate, she turns to Hal Jordan. "Do you hear it too?" she asks. Hal studies her, noting she looks like him, like Abin Sur. Jo presses, asking what Abin Sur did to Hal, but Hal has no answers, and that's when things start to get real. Jo feels something pulling her forward, a force, a presence. She was meant to be here, but Hal's warning comes sharp and urgent. "Black hand, don't get too close." Jo feels it creeping in, a mounting threat she can't suppress. She pulls back with everything she has, but it's not enough. We still don't know the rules here, she realizes, and after what happened to John and Guy Gardner, that uncertainty is deadly. Suddenly, Abin Sur appears in the middle of Evergreen's main street, standing among terrified citizens. His giant presence is commanding, otherworldly. He speaks with absolute conviction. "I am Abin Sur. I exist at the green level of light, without fear." This is where everything changes. Guy Gardner, not a Green Lantern here, but Evergreen's sheriff, approaches cautiously, ordering his deputies to lower their weapons. But Abin Sur has already begun. Green energy pulses from him as he announces, "Judgment will commence." The air grows thick with tension as Guy declares his authority. "I'm the sheriff of Evergreen," he states firmly. But Abin Sur, he's unmoved. "Judgment is already underway," he warns. "I am beyond fear." Deputies raise their guns, fingers on triggers. Abin Sur's expression never wavers. "Say the word," a deputy urges. "Just say the damn word." Jo arrives, frustration flaring. "Idiots!" Pointing guns at Abin Sur. "Do you have any idea what you're doing? This is police business. We don't need an architect," Rita, one of the deputies, says. Guy just stares back. "Jo, stand back," he says, but his voice lacks conviction. "What is he capable of?" Jo demands. Guy exhales heavily. "Take a guess." Jo's eyes widen. "He came from that spaceship." Guy nods, and that's when Jo realizes they are no longer in control. Later, we find Hal and Jo in the ruins of the town diner. "Did you see the crowd?" Hal asks, haunted by what he witnessed. "I was watching Guy," Jo replies, hoping he'd do the right thing. Hal can't shake what he saw. The looks on those faces. People I'd known for my whole life. Shock, fear, religious awe, even. All of them waiting for Guy to decide our fates. We flash back to Guy confronting Abin Sur again. "Guns down," Guy orders his deputies, then approaches. "Let's start again, okay? We don't understand, Abin Sur. We don't have understanding. So please, tell us what you want." The tension breaks. People breathe out. Someone even starts clapping. And then, Abin Sur blasts Guy with green energy from his hand. That's when the scream starts. Abin Sur addresses the terrified crowd after vaporizing Guy. "Guy Gardner has been judged," Abin Sur announces to the terrified crowd. "Judgment is in progress. Be without fear." The deputies open fire, but bullets deflect harmlessly off Abin Sur. He raises his hand toward the crowd. "Be entirely without fear." He decapitates Rita, a deputy, then severs another deputy's hand, Roy. "Oh Jesus, John, he's going to bleed out," Jo cries. "We need pressure on the wound," John Stewart shouts. As John and Jo tend to Roy, Hal points a gun at Abin Sur. "Hal Jordan," Abin Sur intones. Judgment is in progress. Back in the diner, Hal explains to Joe, it just seemed like the right thing to do. The scene shifts again. John steps between Hal and Abin Sur. Get out of the way, John, Hal demands. Finger off the trigger, Hal, John counters. Lower the gun. Easy as that. You saw what happened to everyone else who tried. It'll kill you, Hal. John Stewart, Abin Sur says, be without fear. Then he ascends skyward, leaving destruction in his wake. In the diner, Joe questions Hal about the gun he took from Rita. Hal looks troubled as he gestures to his hand, a black mystical hand. The thing, he says, it's hungry, or something like hunger, something alien, but it wants the light. The green light, Joe asks. Any spectrum of light, Hal explains. It doesn't want to absorb it. That's not quite right. Supersede it, overturn it. It wants to win the argument, Joe. It's very old. Hal, you're weirding me out, Joe says nervously. Can we lose the gun? It should have forgotten, Hal continues, fixated. It should be weak, an idea nobody believes in. But something fed it. Something gave it a chance. Now it's everywhere. A little piece in everything. All the way out there. All the way in here. He taps his chest. And I'm fighting it, Joe, as hard as I can. I don't want to listen to it. See, I don't want to, but it keeps telling me I was right. Later that night, at the Atom Bomb Cafe and Diner, Hal, John, and Joe sit together, nursing beers, trying to process the horror they've witnessed. For what it's worth, I don't think you were wrong, Hal, Joe offers. Hal takes a swig. Great. Tell Roy that. Bleeding on the ground while I played cowboy. There's nothing more we can do for Roy tonight, Joe says gently. He's sleeping. Clara's looking after him. John leans forward, his expression grave. It's fine. We're all feeling the adrenaline. It's natural to think about what we might have done differently. He pauses, collecting his thoughts. But like I said, Hal, you maybe weren't wrong. Whatever's happening here, whatever alien judgment is being levied upon us, he looks between them. I don't think anyone's coming to save us from it. The tension builds as John continues. So if it comes to it, do you want to take Abin Sur out of the equation? He reaches into his pocket. Because I think I know what can do it. John opens his palm, revealing a ring. And that's where we leave our heroes, standing at the precipice of a decision that could change everything. Guys, this is not the Green Lantern origin we've come to know. This is something darker, more terrifying. Abin Sur isn't passing the torch. He's passing judgment. The very foundation of the Green Lantern mythology is being rewritten before our eyes. A town under siege by the very entity that should be its protector. Voices commanding from the green level of light. And Hal Jordan struggling against a mysterious black hand that hungers for the light. It wants to win the argument, Hal said. But what is the argument? What cosmic battle are we witnessing? And can John Stewart's ring turn the tide against Abin Sur, who seems more executioner than hero? Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. The light of the Green Lantern has never cast such a dark shadow. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more comic content, and let me know in the comments. What do you think is happening in Evergreen? Is Abin Sur truly the villain here, or is there something bigger at play? Until next time, in the brightest day, in the blackest night, no evil shall escape our sight. See you in the next one. Peace.